What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Keyforge Age of Ascension sealed tournament video brought to you from Black Knight Games in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. On the left is myself, on the right is Ray, and this was actually the first round of the day. I just put them out of order because the decks weren't scanned from all the matches yet. Still don't have Ray's deck scanned, but we're just going to go with it anyway. And it looks like I'm starting off with an Agent Who-Man, who we all know is able to reap a non-Mars creature on my side, and after that, stun a non-Mars creature on my side and stun a non-Mars creature on the other side after he reaps. He is elusive, 2 power. Bad Penny, we all know Bad Penny on the other side. Works great with this card, a life for a life action. You gain an amber, you sacrifice a creature, and you deal 6 damage to a creature, which he obviously chooses to hit my Who-Man. And Bad Penny's back again, since she was sacrificed. Goes back to hand on the destroyed, and comes back out. And Lamindra, who is a 1-powered elf thief creature, has deploy. You can put her anywhere in the battle line. She's got elusive, and Lamindra's neighbors gain elusive. So Bad Penny is also elusive right now. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more Keyforge on the channel, make sure you slap that like button to let me know you guys like what you see. We got Titan Mechanic on the right there. We all know him. Keys are reduced by 1 right now, the key cost. And we got Pip Pip. And Pip Pip is a 2-power creature. And he has a passive effect after an enemy creature reaps. Stun it. So one of these anti-stun cards that have come in this new set.
Action.
So my opponent is at 1 amber in the top center of the screen there, and I'm at 0. He plays Shard of Life out of Untamed, and that has an action on it. Shuffle a card from your discard pile into your deck for each friendly shard. So as part of that shard theme, they're rare cards, I believe, that come in decks, and they get better over the time as you get more shards in play. And he plays Nepotent Seed there, and we see a regrowth. He's not getting any creatures out of his discard pile as he has none there, but he will take the amber off playing the action. And on the other side, I'm just playing 2 Miasmas out of hand. My opponent will skip his Keyforge step next turn, but I'm just playing for the amber. Got him early. It's too bad. And it's Furtive Investors is the other card there. I'm playing it just for the amber. It has play. If your opponent has more amber than you, gain 1. For each key your opponent has forged, gain 1 amber, sorry. And I got a Bad Penny of my own now in play. And sitting at 3 amber after that turn. My opponent's at 2. And now it's Ray's turn. He went untamed last turn. Let's see where he goes this turn. And if you notice any rules mistakes, feel free to leave some constructive criticism below to help other viewers of this video in the future learn from our mistakes. So we got Shadows here. He's going to drop a Nerve Blast. And he steals 1 and deals 2 damage to a creature. And Pip Pip, yep, that's what I would have killed also. Makes sense. Doesn't want his creatures stunned when he reaps. And it sounds like he's playing Merkins here, a 2-power Elf Thief creature. Choose a random card in your opponent's archives or the top card of your opponent's deck. Play that card as if it were yours. And he gets a Helper Bot, of course, which allows him to play 1 non-Logos card this turn. And he throws in Nox, an Untamed card. I love these wacky kind of plays that happen in this game. Merkins is kind of like a wild wormhole over here in a creature. And Nox is plus 3 power for each of his neighbors. So he threw 3 damage on him there, but I think he meant to throw 3 +1 power counters, which I believe he corrects shortly. So when he has 2 neighbors, he actually gets up to 9 power. Oh, he just realized he totally forgot to use Lamindra and Bad Penny, who were on the board from last turn. And he's just asking me if he can reap with them. And this is a pre-release, launch tournament here. I'm not going to be a stickler about that kind of stuff. So, of course, I let him take it back, and he does his reaps and gets to 5. So my opponent Ray is now to 5 amber, and I'm sitting at 2. He has quite the board of 5 creatures here, and I'm sitting only at 2, and he has some artifacts, which I have none of. Until now, I drop a Mother Gun. And a, what is it, Sky Booster Squadron, the guys that have Reap and Return back to hand, and a Think Drone on the other side. And I play Mars Needs Amber, which normally would play each damaged non-enemy creature captures 1 from their own side, but there are no damaged enemy creatures, but I do gain Amber for playing that action, so I get myself to 3 and put a couple creatures on board for a Mars turn here and an artifact and Mother Gun, which works great with that Sky Booster Squadron. And there is correcting those damage counter into +1 power counters on Nox there, the untamed creature at the bottom of your screen. Ray warns me that I'm going to hate him here. What is he what does he have up his sleeve here? So he names Shadows. He's reaping with Merkins, Bad Penny, and Lamindra. So 3 Amber. And he shoots up to 8 Amber right now. He's going to play Life for Life again using Bad Penny's Sacrifice. And I remind him to get an Amber there off that first. And he kills the Titan Mechanic. And I don't know why he picked up Lamindra there. Oh, I see. Thought it was his artifact card. And Bad Penny is back on the other side of Nox now, so Nox does get an extra 3 power, but quickly Bad Penny is killed with another Life for Life. I think that's 3 in his deck. That's crazy.
Oh, no, that guy's still there. This goes
Sorry.
And who do you want to hit with 6 damage?
And who's he going to target with the Life for Life? He decides to kill the Think Drone with the Life for Life. Not sure if that was the right call. I probably would have gone for the Sky Booster Squadron.
Alright, so I'm going to go with Lagos. Research Smoko. When he's destroyed,
This guy can't get any more +1 power to him. Oh, man.
So right now, Lamindra is giving Elusive over there to Helperbot and Merkins. And Nox is now at 9 power, and we have Bad Penny on the left flank. So it looks like I have Cutthroat Research. I get an Amber for playing it. It allows me to steal 2 Amber if my opponent has 8 or more Amber, which conveniently he does. So I do still get into check myself. And I throw a Titan Mechanic on the flank. And Wild Wormhole, getting an Amber. Let's see what I play off the top of the deck. It is a Life for a Life. So I get an Amber off the action Life for a Life that was just played off Wild Wormhole. I will sack Bad Penny. Oh, I'm debating not to because at the time I played Titan Mechanic on the flank, I was thinking I may need it if my opponent's going to steal any because he's using Shadows. But now that I've shot up much higher, I feel that I don't need the Titan Mechanic there, reducing his key cost also. So I actually sack the Titan Mechanic and leave Bad Penny there. And now I decide where the 6 damage is going to go. And Lamindra is the target. Since she's giving Elusive to her neighbor, she's Elusive herself, I decide to just use the direct damage. Even though it's a little bit overkill at 6, I just want her off the board. And seem more efficient to do it that way. Let me know what you guys think of that crazy play, sacking your Titan Mechanic there, but now my opponent pays 6 for a key. And he only has 2 remaining.
This is when things get a little bit more.
I mean, it would have benefited us both if the Titan Mechanic did live, but I just felt my opponent could take advantage of the Titan Mechanic and then kill it, especially with Nox sitting there. And then, you know, I would have to pay 6 still, and my opponent would have had minus 1. But then I lose a 6-bodied creature. And I could have sacked Bad Penny and just put her out on the flank beside Titan Mechanic. So maybe that would have been something to do there.
And it's flanked, so both of those guys are more powerful.
Sorry.
No worries.
So I have a few more videos from this tournament. I think this is video number 3, match number 3. They are best 2 of 3 in this series. So we will have at least one other game between myself and Ray, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit that alarm bell button beside the subscribe button so you're notified when that video comes. So he's playing Mars Needs Amber on his side. Just getting Amber off it. There's no damage to enemy creatures, so no capturing will be happening. And he throws down Fixed Finger. We've seen him in previous videos. He has the gives other Martians +1 armor, and he has elusive.
He's got +1 armor. Nice.
Yeah.
And he gave Sky Booster Squadron has +1 armor. He throws down a Who-Man and a Mind Worm. Mind Worm is a 1-powered creature. He's a beast, not a Martian, so he does not get the armor bonus. He's elusive, and he has before fight. The creature Mind Worm fights deals damage equal to its power to each of its neighbors. As you see, I'm having trouble reading it in the video and commentating after the fact.
That's messed up. That doesn't make any sense.
So whenever he fights, the damage of the target will hit the neighbors also. And it's before fight, actually. So what happens, so even if the Mind Worm's going to die from the effect, at least he gets off the damage effect to the neighbors. So it looks like Ray may have forgotten to flip a key there. It's a little hard to see. They're up there on his identity card, is the Burgers tokens. But I do forge a key there on my turn, have 2 Ember remaining. So a pretty close game here. He's got 1 key and 3 Amber. Sorry, 1 key and 3 Amber. And I have 1 key and 2 Amber.
+3 power for each neighbor he has. And these guys each get +1 power for each Amber he has. So they're not doing much yet, but they're making him stronger.
So sounds like I'm going shadows here. I'm going to throw the Venom. Bonerot Venom, which attaches to a creature. I get an Amber for playing it, and after that creature is used, it will deal 2 damage to itself. So Who-Man would Reap, and the active player could choose to trigger Who-Man's Reap effect, I believe, and do some stunning, and then he would die immediately after. Oh, but he's a Martian and has a +1 armor off Fixed Finger. So the Venom wouldn't kill him right away. So Scowly Caper, love this guy.
Capers enters play under your opponent's control and can be used as it belongs to any house. But then at the end of my turn.
Now, see, I was having some trouble with this guy.
Oh, so maybe it's at the end of your turn.
Yeah, this is the first time I think I played this guy, but I fell in love with him throughout the day. So at the end of my opponent's turn, he'll have to destroy a neighbor of Scowly Caper if he's still in play. He is elusive, and the opponent can use him as if he belonged to any house. But it's my way of trying to get through that battle line there. So I throw him beside Mind Worm.
Do a Mars because you've hurt me. You've hurt me.
And I'm now at 4 Amber. Pass over to my opponent to do Mars.
No, and they're not really going to do much.
Yeah, you're in check. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do this action. I don't know if this is new. I haven't seen this
Playing
before.
Exterminate. Play for each friendly Mars creature you control. Destroy a non-Mars creature with lower power. So Bad Penny gets destroyed. Goes back to hand, of course. Because she is lower power than Agent Who-Man. But he's got to do one for Fixed Finger.
Yeah, that's the matter with the deck. This is you can steal your opponent's guys too.
Yeah.
Right? Like you stole that guy too. So.
Oh, he could have destroyed the Helper Bot, actually.
That guy.
Yeah, he could have destroyed Helper Bot, which I just pointed out there, but my opponent kept with the Bad Penny destruction since she just goes back to hand, I guess.
I think he goes back to you, so it doesn't really matter.
And now he'll die because I poke him.
Oh, no?
No, just stays there until.
So he uses Hypno Beam to take my Sky Booster Squadron. Now I have 0 creatures on my side of the board. So my opponent's totally manhandling me here.
When you reap with him, though, it returns him to its owner's hand.
And I'm just reminding him, as he reaps with the Sky Booster Squadron, he does go to hand. Now, I think we're going to see a mistake here.
So when you use this guy, he hits him.
Now, this is why I totally advise, as you're doing actions with creatures, do them one at a time. especially if you're doing a whole bunch, because he just reaped with technically 4 Mars creatures, including the Sky Booster Squadron. Still hasn't taken any Amber yet, and we're already dealing with reap effects, which happen after that. And I think he's going to miss an Amber because he'll forget about the Sky Booster Squadron. Which I'm at fault, but I do try to correct my opponents to make sure they're taking the Amber as they play action cards first and stuff like that, because his order does matter.
No, I haven't done that. So that's 3 more.
So yeah, see, he takes the 3 Amber and totally forgets. And I had to remind him there to take the Amber from the reaping.
All right.
But I even forgot the Sky Booster Squadron, I think.
At the end of my turn, I have to destroy.
He would get destroyed, basically.
So now we're dealing with Scally Caper,
No.
who's destroying the Mind Worm.
But you can use them.
And I'm reminding my opponent that he can use Scally Caper as he belongs to the active house. So I allow him to take another reap there.
As he belongs to any house.
Yeah. That's gonna be. That's a
Trying to keep all the rules correct here with all these new cards. This is like my first game with Age of Ascension. Trying our best here, trying our best.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh. Yeah. That part.
And of course he used Agent Human there to stun the Helper Bot on his side, which is my creature, which he'll never name Logos because it's the only creature he has of Logos right now. And in his deck, he doesn't have Logos house, so... But there was nothing to stun on my side from Agent Human, but you have to do as much as you can on the card, right? So you had to stun a non-logo or a non-Mars friendly creature, and then stun a non-Mars enemy creature. So now my opponent is sitting at 7 Amber, definitely in check. And there he remembers the key to flip, so he has forged 1 key officially now. And I'm just like one turn behind here, it seems. He's always 1 ahead. No creatures in play. 1 artifact. My opponent's stealing my creatures. And I'm even giving him my creatures there with Scally Caper, although that one that one may be the answer I need to slowly destroy his board there. So it looks like I'm going Mars. I named Mother Gun. There's 3 Sky Booster Squadrons that I have in my deck.
That one.
That seems tasty, but
That one.
I will post my deck list link in the description below. I also did a video on this deck that is on the channel called My First Age of Ascension Deck. I did kind of a little review and unboxing of it after the fact.
you'll deal 2 damage to a creature and move it to either flank of its battle line.
So I destroyed a Fixed Finger there with the Mother Gun, and I'm playing a Beam Buckler. It's going to do 2 damage to a creature, move it to the either flank, but it just kills Merkins and doesn't have to worry about the second part. And then I throw the 3 Sky Booster Squadrons into play, and now my opponent will forge, and I'm still at 1 key and 4 Amber. But I felt like I had to take a turn there to kind of bust up his board a little bit.
Spooky sound, 1 to go, but.
And if he can't deal with the Scally Caper, I mean, he had 3 life for a lifes already go by, and that would be a perfect answer for Scally Caper. Hoping he doesn't have a 4th, and he's still got a lot of cards in his deck, so he definitely won't be drawing around to those anytime soon. But I'm sure with Shadows, even Mars, he might have some direct damage effects. So he plays Persistence Hunting, which gains him an Amber, then he chooses a house and exhausts each enemy creature of the chosen house.
Yeah, it's
And of course he names Mars, and my whole board goes to sleep. So if I was going to name Mars next turn, which is probably the plan, that totally is not happening now.
I'm gonna sacrifice this.
So he's going to pop his Nepenthe Seed there, or Nepenthe Seed.
Basically stop
I don't think I have to show it to you, right?
I don't think so. This is any card, right?
And he puts something back in his hand of his discard pile. I think it was a life for a life. He realizes he needs it. So I think he named Untamed, but he couldn't have named anything there because Nepenthe Seed is an Omni. So he could have went Shadows and then dealt with Scally Caper right there by using Nepenthe Seed to get that life for life and then use it. And now he's using a Shard of Life to shuffle a, I think it's card, is it? He's going to shuffle a card from his discard pile into his deck for each friendly shard. And maybe that was another life for life. Who knows? Who knows? But he's scrambling. I think he's doing a good job, though, of trying to get some solutions for Scally Caper. He's going to reap with Nox. Let's see if he remembers Scally Caper is under his control for any faction.
I am going to discard.
And he's going to discard 2 full moons. Oh, no. He discards 2 Save the Packs and a full moon, I believe is what it was. Yes, yes. 2 Save the Packs and a full moon get discarded there from hand.
I don't currently seem to care. Untap, and draw 3 cards.
So he doesn't use Scally Caper. He misses that. He could have used them to reap or fight with his skirmish there.
Okay, I will name Shadow.
And we forget to trigger his effect also at the end of turn.
Oh.
Nope. And he remembers it. All right. So he's got to kill Agent Human. Because there's no other option on the other side of Scally Caper. Which is another strategy, too, with Scally Caper. Is just play something on the other side that you don't want to deal with. And if he still has Bad Penny in hand, he definitely could have used that with Shadows to just kind of keep him under control.
Creature, you could just
I know.
kill him.
I know.
That's what's
I
funny
just need to
about it.
get there.
Yeah, you're just taking.
So he's coming after Nox next. He's going to take down the Hippo, hopefully. Alright, let's see what I go with here. My entire board knelt. So I'm going Shadows. I use Sucker Punch, which is an alpha card. I do have to play that card first on the turn.
Damage to an enemy creature. If that creature is destroyed by this effect, archive this.
So 2 damage. If it does destroy the creature, I get to archive it. It has to be an enemy creature, though. You can't use it on your own. And I just get my Helper Bot back to my side of the board. I get to archive the Sucker Punch. I get an Amber for playing it. And I throw a Bad Penny back into play.
No more. I can't take any more.
Again, yeah, it says May, so you do have
And I play a Life for Life. I'm sacking Bad Penny, of course. And I will deal 6 damage to Nox, which I think we figure out here that he only has 1 neighbor, so he really is only a 6-power creature, so he should die from that. And I play Bad Penny out there. And I throw Gamgee into play, who he's elusive, and if you reap, you get more. If your opponent has more Amber, you steal 1.
Yeah, now he's only a 6, so that would kill him.
Yeah, so we do realize that the Life for Life 6 power or 6 damage is enough to kill the 6-power Nox. Only has 1 neighbor. And I got myself in check with 6. My opponent's at 2 keys forged and 3 Amber, so I'm still playing from behind here. But see how that board has switched there. Little turn of the tables, as they say.
If you have no, kill someone else before him if you'd rather kill that other person.
So Scally Caper is now the lone guy on the other side of the board. And hopefully he can continue to keep the pressure on if Ray cannot find an answer for him. But I'm sure after he used Nepenthe Seed, he's got one now, I would hope. In a Life for a Life, at least.
also just going to reap for 1.
Does he have a way to keep me off of a key here and prevent me from forging? And maybe that's the choice he's trying to figure out right now.
Turn him.
Doesn't mean much, but I am going to purge him anyway.
So he has an Oubliette, and he's going to purge Gamgee.
I'm going to...
And there's a Life for Life. Gets rid of Scally Caper. Throws him away in disgust. And deals 6 damage to... You could hit the Beam Buckler, one of the Sky Booster Squadrons.
These 3 guys are the same. This guy just has a play ability.
Oh, but yeah.
And the Beam Buckler does have 1 armor. So he is kind of harder to kill.
Let's also get rid of him.
And the thing is, if you can't kill a Sky Booster Squadron in 1 shot, you can just return back to hand.
Saying this guy's different because he has 1 armor, but he has no. It's only on a play. He comes in and deals 2 damage to a guy.
He is going to deal with the Beam Buckler.
Bang for the buck. On that.
But then again, those Sky Booster Squadrons work great with that Mother Gun.
And then I'll play Key Charge, lose 1.
Bad Penny.
So he does continue with the Shadow's turn here. Puts down Bad Penny on Little Nif. And Little Nif is elusive. And when a neighboring creature fights, you get to steal 1, I believe, is what Little Nif says there.
Interesting. Okay. So you could like line him up against someone like that,
Yeah.
you know. But obviously in this situation.
in this situation, it was just get some stuff.
Once you know your deck more, it's like you can line stuff up
Yeah.
better. I see, like that's then it's deploy, right? You can put them wherever you want.
Right.
Oh, when he is deploy, you can put him anywhere in the battle line to do that. So if you have like Brobnar or Sanctum or even Dis, giant creatures that want to fight, little Nif in the middle of them, anywhere in the battle line is pretty powerful. And I do forge my second key here. So we're tied 2 keys apiece, but right here, my opponent has 4 amber right now. But it is my turn. Can I jump ahead here? I am going to go Mars, so I guess it's the one I can get the most amber with. And I do reap 3 there with the Sky Booster Squadrons. And they're all going to go back to hand. Which I love that Mother Gun doesn't suck as much if you have these guys in your deck.
So I'll just do this to reveal.
I'm going to do 2, just get rid of Little Nif. I don't want to deal with that in the future.
Wasn't doing anything.
Yes. Yes.
And I throw down a Sky Booster Squadron, then Mind Warper, and what is that other guy? The Harvester, who cannot be used while he has non-Mars neighbors, and he's got the Reap gain and extra amber.
He cannot be used while he has no.
I'm reading him out right now. I throw a couple more of the Sky Booster Squadrons down that we saw return back to hand. Now I have an even larger Mars board ready to go.
Okay.
So, assuming those guys are all still there, or most of them, I'm probably going Mars again next turn.
Deal 2 damage to each flank.
So he plays They're Everywhere out of an action out of Untamed against an Amber. Then he deals 2 damage to each enemy flank creature and 1 to each non-flank creature enemy.
One has armor, so they're all
So I'm 1 away from the final.
So he does Nick Bad Penny, I think, there that returned back to hand on the one flank, and everyone else gets hit with 1. None of them have any armor, so they all take it. But, like I said, if you don't kill the Sky Booster Squadrons, they can just return back to hand and kind of shake off that damage. So he plays Fanghouse, which is a pretty dangerous creature. It's a 3-power creature. It's a beast trait. It has Assault 3 and Hazardous 3. And then we all know the Dusk Witch, one of the scary witches from the new set.
Can't go near.
Always kill the witch, burn the witch, whatever you gotta do, get the witch off the board. This is one of them. 1-power human witch creature, has Omega, so it's the last card you play in the turn. It ends your turn basically, and it has elusive, and then has the beautiful text: your creatures enter play ready. And he's gonna use the Shard of Life here on his turn since he went untamed, and he's gonna take a card out of his discard pile and shuffle it into his deck. And my opponents have 5 amber, not in check, but he's got the Dusk Witch in play, which could lead to him bursting in amber from any faction next turn if he can play his creatures in ready, and it could really disrupt my plan. So I just said he kind of forced my hand there. I got to go Mars, because I think it's the only way I can really deal with the Dusk Witch on this turn. Because I could either use creatures in play to fight it, or use Mother Gun with that whole Sky Booster Squadron combo to deal with it with direct damage. So I am going to use Mind Warper to capture 1 to put it on the Dusk Witch's head. Kind of put a hit on her head there. I'm definitely going to try to kill it this turn to get that amber.
You want him dead.
And my opponent's asking the question, why would I put amber there if I want to kill that creature? But I have to remind him that the amber now will come to me since it's on his creature.
But will it go to you?
Yeah. It's like a delayed steal.
So I'm at 5 amber. I could reap with the 3 Sky Booster Squadrons.
No, I don't like this.
I could also, I'm debating, I think, fighting with Fanghouse here, but the problem I realize is Fanghouse's Hazardous 3 will rip through any one of these guys since they all have a damage on them at least, and the fight wouldn't even go off really. So I'm just going to do the reap, put him back to hand, gain the 3 amber. Obviously it shakes off their damage.
And now you are Shag, and
And then I will Mother Gun, and I reveal 1 there to kill the Dusk Witch, and I get the amber that came off of the Dusk Witch, and I tell my opponent there, throw this creature away, and play the Sky Booster Squadrons back in play, and my opponent realizes that is game, and I shot up to 9 amber there to come back from behind to pull off the win there with the excellent Mars board. As you guys know, don't let all those green Martians run wild, or they will punish you. Same with first set. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. If you'd like to donate to help support the channel and make it grow, you can click the link in the description and head on over to Patreon. And don't forget to subscribe. And I got lots more Keyforge coming up, so stick around on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.